Hey kids, welcome back to One Life this week. I hope you all had a great week of school and a great time with your family. I'm really happy that you're here this morning because we are diving more into the series on the life of Jesus. And today, we're talking about adventure. So last week, we talked about how Satan was testing Jesus and how Jesus turned away from Satan and started his ministry. And that is where Jesus' adventure begins. But have you ever been on an adventure before? You need to be prepared, right? You can't just get up and just start walking around and going out to wherever you want to be. No, you have to have supplies. So when you're doing an adventure, you need supplies. First you need your backpack, right? And then of course you need, maybe a Bible, right? So, right here, Bible. Let's see, I need a book, of course. I gotta stay busy and entertained. Book on poetry, great book. But of course I need my laptop. So that will help out surely with writing and staying up to date on the news, of course. So here I am, I've packed up my backpack and I'm prepared to go. So, I'm gonna grab this and let Eddie get in, but I gotta hit the road, guys.
Alright, see you, Mike. I'll be right behind you. So, more important even than having the right supplies is having the right team. Right? Because you always want to have people behind you, people supporting you, people who love you and are in on this journey with you. And Mike is that person for me. Jesus felt the exact same way. You guys have heard of his disciples, right? Well, today we're going to learn a little bit about how he first met his disciples and how they helped him along the way. Hope you're ready. So having disciples was actually pretty common back in Jesus' time. Most rabbis, most teachers of the law had disciples. And in order to be a disciple, you actually had to sort of like apply for the job. You had to go to this teacher and tell him why you should be able to travel around with him and learn under him and eventually teach with him.
That seems pretty hard, right?
Yeah, I don't think I would get the job, honestly.
I don't know if I would either. But Jesus seemed to operate a little bit differently. One day, shortly after Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, he met a guy named Philip. So Eddie, have you ever been lost before?
Yeah, I get lost a lot.
Me too. I even just lose my keys sometimes.
Yeah.
Where are we right now?
I don't know. This is not my apartment, so.
Huh. Odd.
How do we get in here?
We don't know much about Philip, but we know that he was from a small town in the Sea of Galilee. And Jesus walked up to Philip and just said, "Follow me." That's pretty bold. Pretty weird too, right? But Philip, he got up and he knew something was special about Jesus and he followed him. But more importantly, he said, "I need to go tell people about this guy."
So Philip takes off running to Nathanael and he's like, "Yo, Nate, guess what, man?" And Nate's like, "What?" And Jesus is like, "I found the Messiah.
You found
the one
him?
They talk about in the scriptures. He's here. He's from Nazareth. Can you believe that?"
Can you believe it?
So he went and told his friends, which is what we need to do too, right, man?
Of course. And you guys need to tell your friends about Jesus.
And Nathanael, get this, he's a funny guy. Nathanael was like, "No, I actually can't believe it. Nothing
What?
good ever comes from Nazareth." What a jokester.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Philip calmed him down and he was like, "Well, at least come with me and I'll show you who this guy is."
Seems pretty easy. So they went back to where Jesus was. And they were still on the way, far enough away that you couldn't make out their faces. But close enough to hear, Jesus called out, "Ah! Here, a true Israelite who is full of truth." And Nathanael was surprised.
How do you know me?
"Well, I saw you back where we were resting under a fig tree."
So Nathanael, when he heard this, he was really surprised. And right then and there, he decided to follow Jesus because Jesus had already seen him. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I feel really far away from Jesus, right? I feel like God doesn't see me at all. Maybe that he's never seen me.
You just disappear.
Yeah, that's what you feel like sometimes. I feel invisible.
Right.
But that's not the truth. Even when Jesus feels really far away from us and we can't see him, he still sees us because he chooses to see us. And what it means when Jesus sees us is that he knows us and he cares about us and he calls us his friends.
Hey, we're friends, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
I
And
see you.
you guys too are our friends, right? So when we see our friends, we get closer to them. And just like Jesus, Jesus is friends with us and he gets closer to us. And we will always be close to him and he will never grow distant from us, right? So, just as Jesus sees us and he loves us, we love him and we see him as our Father and our friend. So guys, have a great week upcoming.
Yes.
And have a great time at school, great time with your friends, and great time with family. Also, I believe the Super Bowl is tomorrow, so go football.
And remember that Jesus and we are your friend.